Here we have a 16 by 40 Kent hydraulic surface grinder. This unit is currently wired 220 but can also be wired 440. If you come over here, I'll show you some of the controls. When we got the machine, we still have the original Spindle Precision Certificate from Kent. If you come over here, this is actually a test grind we did. I'm not going to be grinding with the machine today because it's clean, but as you can see, it has an absolute gorgeous finish on it. Now this machine has Auto Cycle and it has manual mode. If you come over here, I'll show you a couple of the... When you're over here in hand, you're in manual mode, so the whole machine's on manual. Even if you have some of these in the off position, it's on manual mode. When you put it in manual here, this is going to move your workhead in and out. Over here, this controls how fast the workhead is going in and out over the workpiece. So of course here is your fastest delay. Over here is your longest delay. When you come over here, what this is for, this is if you want your spindle to come down at the front stroke and the back stroke. So when it comes to the end of the stroke, it's going to come down how many thousandths you have the spindle set for. Then when it goes to the end of the stroke, it's going to go down how many thousandths you have it set for. Or you can set it so it just comes down at the end of the stroke. So just down once instead of twice. Come over here, this is for your magnet. This whole, of course, over here it's showing arrows pulling down, which that's a magnet on, center is off, and to the left is demag. When you come over here, this is spindle up and down, so this raises the workhead up and down. Over here, when you have it in auto cycle, it will index down on each stroke, and then when you're all done with the workpiece, when it's done with its strokes, it will raise the head back up to where it was. If you put it over here in manual mode, you can manually raise the head up and down, of course. Or you can just leave it here for off so the head does not go up and down, it just stays where you have it set. Here you have the coolant. You can either leave it on, turn it off, or leave it in auto cycle mode, which means when you start your auto cycle, it turns the coolant on. When it finishes the cycle, it turns the coolant off. Over here, this is the hydraulics that start the table. So you can have it so it just runs continuously back and forth, off, or you can have an auto cycle. When you start auto cycle, it starts cycling the table back and forth. This over here is for the spindle control. All the way to the right, the spindle will be on. So you turn the switch to the right, you hit spindle start. The spindle will stay engaged. Turn it to the center, it turns spindle off. Turn it to the left, it puts it in auto cycle mode. So when you hit auto cycle, the spindle starts, and when it's at the end of the cycle, the spindle will stop. Most people prefer to leave it in just the on position, because if you're doing a lot of parts, you don't want to keep starting and stopping the spindle, because of course that is bad for the motor. So if you want to back up a little bit so you don't get hit by the table, you come over here, you pull out the safety stop, turn your master on, you come over here, you want to put it into auto cycle mode. As you can see, the table will start. Now if you come over here to select your table speed, it is done on the front of the machine. Of course, this is hydraulic stop. You can see we go super slow. Keep dialing it up. Keep dialing it up. And that's max right there, table speed. As you can see, it's very consistent. The whole machine is not jerking as it makes a stop. It's very smooth. Now, after shipping, just to warn whoever gets this machine, when you first put the hydraulics back on, and you got the hydraulic pump running, you want to crack this valve ever so lightly so you hear fluid moving. You want to cycle this back and forth to get the air out of the system, because if you don't, the table will take off one way and the table will jam, and then of course you have to pull the table back. This here, when you push in the hand wheels, this brings the workhead back, forward, and it will also bring it back. This here will bring the table, as you can see it's going to the right, to the left. Of course, make sure they're out before you start, because if not, the hand wheel will be spinning as fast as the table's moving. So I'm going to come over here and look before I start the hydraulics. We're going to auto cycle mode. I'm going to turn auto cycle on, which turns the counter on. You can have up to 90 passes. You can have up to 9 sparkouts. So we're going to go up to 4. We'll do 4. We'll do 2 sparkout. And if you look over here, these are the stops to set for the in and out on the workhead. So you can set how long you want your stroke to be. Come over here to Auto Cycle. Make sure everything is in Auto Cycle that you want to have on Auto Cycle. I usually will start the spindle before Auto Cycle, so of course it's warming up. You can set up your workpiece, do your touch off, and once you know you're exactly where you need to be, you can come over here, Auto Cycle, Auto Cycle. Now we will come over here and start the hydraulics. Workhead's coming in. Excuse me, I didn't show you guys, but if you come up here, you can set 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, all the way up to 20,000s. The head is going to drop after each stroke. So either only on the back stroke or on the front and the back stroke. Changes after it's done a front to the back stroke. So now we're coming up on the second stroke now. As you can see, I can slow down the feed rate of the workhead coming in. As you can see, it's barely moving. It is moving, barely moving. I can speed it up. Max. As you can see, it's coming really fast now. If you watch the handle, it will drop down. I have this set to index the head down on front and back stroke. You can see it just indexed. Last time the workhead is going to index down, it's going to come in and it's going to start its spark out. Sparkout cycle right there. You will see after it's done with the second cycle, the machine will shut off. And it will shut off in the front stroke because I have it set the index down on both front and back stroke. You have it set to only index on the back stroke, the spindle always shuts off on the back of the table. Now just shut off because Auto Cycle is complete. As you can see, the work head's going up. I'm going to show you that just the manual controls do work. Head's going up, out is going down. Yeah, I can make it go back. and make it come forward. Now if you want to increase for the workhead for how much you're taking off, you always have to come and do this manually. There is no control on the controller. This has to be done manually, and they do it, so you always know exactly how much you're taking off. You come over here, I'll show you inside the cabinet. You can see everything is in excellent shape inside of the control cabinet. Very clean, well kept, well maintained machine. Come over here, I should be able to scoot out the coolant tank far enough, because the coolant tank is designed to sit in front of the electric cabinet. You can see everything is well kept in here too. Very, very clean cabinet, nice, neat, and orderly. This machine also comes with all the feet you see here on the floor. This is for the machine to sit on. It also comes with a bunch of hold down clamps, whatever you're doing, pieces, indicators, rods. This all comes with the machine. There's new clean hydraulic fluid in the tank. This is our Kent surface grinder.